on a song, and I want, and I want to write another melody for it. Sort of like Blurred Lines and yeah, I just didn't get caught. But I just got that same band. I just got Reggie, John, Ray. I just got those same guys and just had them go in and real slightly different changes, and then I put a melody on top of it. But I knew it would have been dumb for me to try to play it the way John played it. I just got John came. I think he did it one take, man. Just amazing. But there's a song on one of my records that's called The Happy Song. I think it's Paul Mystery.
Yeah.
But if you ever hear that, listen to The Happy Song. That's John. I'm playing a melody, but on the groove in the bottom. That's bad. And you'll hear, hopefully you'll stick around and play a little bit. But we're just talking, John. Speak up when you, what's your girlfriend's name again?
This is Amy.
Hi,
Amy.
Yeah.
It's her first time out here. She's never been here.
Yeah. And she's an amazing vocalist, so we're going to get up, her up here and sing. I don't know, she might be. Another thing about playing right, I don't know who I cut off.
I was talking about politeness and etiquette and how that will everything that I've ever succeeded with, it's because I've been good to people, I've been polite to people, and done what I've set there to do, and rise to the occasion and stuff like that. And that goes with music too, you know. All the cats that took me under their wing, all the blues cats that took me under their wing in New York when I was just a teenager and took me on the road, they said, do it like this. Don't do it like that. Do it like this. And of course, I had to try and do it my way. But I took my licks, but the fact is they took me under the wing because I had the right kind of attitude, meaning I was teachable. Okay, I think that for me, the things that have enabled me to grow and still love music after all these years, after 36 years of playing bass, is to always still grow, and always be teachable, and try to just maintain a certain level of criteria or a code or creed to live by that is to be a polite musician. And that means when I'm playing, I'm listening to what everybody else is doing, and I don't want to be that guy that steps all over everybody else. If I do that, that to me is the biggest screw up I could ever make. Way more than if I was to not know the tune that well, or if I was to blow some changes, or if I was to play a wrong note, or if I was to have a clam, or if my chord was to break, or my amp was to sound distorted. None of that is as bad as bringing a bad attitude to the stage, for me. So that's the criteria that I try and base my role on, And, sometimes you win some, you lose some. And the other thing I do is I try and, take gigs that I'm qualified for, like know what I'm not qualified for. There's something to be said for that, too. I don't take straight-ahead jazz gigs because I don't know straight-ahead jazz very well. I studied a little bit in college, and I could get around on half a dozen standards. A little bit. But I have no business. If someone calls me and says they need a string bass player to go out and play the straight-ahead gig, I say, let me recommend you to 3 or 4 of my friends that can kill that gig. Because I don't need to go out there for $75 and make a fool out of myself and give these people that respected me by giving me a call, go out and do a job that I can't rise to the occasion. Now, if they call me on a blues gig or a rock and roll gig or a soul gig, the stuff that's up my alley, then I'm your guy. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's talking about what we know around here. Some of the people that have been around have heard us call it musical courtesy. And musical courtesy just really comes down to being a good listener. And we all are good listeners. Because we know how to do it verbally. We just have to translate that over to music. So just to not keep you so long, I'll throw a few things out. If you're playing with more than one bass player, right, you have to, or you should thin out your tone. Okay? Thin it out, or else you got 4 bass players, and we're just piling this much bass. Now we got 4 times as much. It just doesn't work. So thin out your tone, especially if you're not playing the bass part. If you're up here playing some chords, and it's that fat, it doesn't work. Guitar doesn't sound like that. Banjo doesn't sound like that. You thin it out. You just thin it out. I can't even get there. Just a little bit. Just other thing, if Andy and I are playing bass with a band, so we do have a guitar player, we do have a keyboard player, and I start the jam, so I'm playing the bass line. If I play the bass line the whole jam, I'm forcing him to not get to be a bass player. Does that make sense? At some point, okay, I played the intro, Kit sang the verse, here comes the first solo. You got the bass, man, you take it.
Yeah.
And I
That's
sit
the
out.
role.
Yeah.
Exchanging the role in a way, or the position, the sonic position, exchanging that in a graceful way, and passing it in a graceful way. With intuitive musicians, and it happens all the time with bass players and drummers, but you don't even have to like broadcast it to the whole world. You can just glance at it when they
You don't broadcast it. They should never even know.